happy birthday in advance. I won't forget that.
Thank you. Thank you.
So
Thank you
I
so
hope the
much.
preparation is really, really going well. I said, hello, can you hear me? Yeah, very well. I can. I can hear you.
Yes, the preparation is going
So before
well.
we go further, you introduce yourself to the house.
Okay. Okay. Oh, my name is Chioma Ifemeludike.
Okay. And where are you from? What do you do?
I'm from Anambra State. I'm from Anambra State, the south region of Nigeria. I'm a Nollywood actress, like I said. I'm a Nollywood actress. I'm a
Uh-huh.
humanitarian. I'm an
Okay.
activist. Yes.
Okay. Well, okay. We're going to talk. We're going to be brief anyway. I know you really need some time to rest and prepare for your birthday, but we're going to
Yeah.
take them speedily. So, tell us first. Let me start. What is the meaning of your name, Ifemeludike? What does it mean? I know that's your surname, but I think
I like that question.
you promote your surname more than your name. So there should be something behind the reason why you push that far. So what does it mean?
Well, I find my name very interesting. The
Okay.
statement, yes, it you can get a lot of interpretations from my surname. So I find it really
Okay.
interesting. And then again, because I'm a strong Igbo woman, I was raised by an Igbo I don't know how to say it, an Igbo activist, a woman that loves you
Mm.
to speak your language and then
Uh-huh.
promotes the Igbo culture. So when you're raised
Okay.
by such woman, you have no other choice but to embrace your tradition and your native name. Yeah, so that's it.
Yeah. Okay. Now I know why. So tell us, how long have you been in the movie and acting industry?
Hmm. It's been a long time coming. It's been a long time since my teenage
Really?
years. I've been around.
Okay, since your teenage age. So, what's the motivation behind that? So, why did you choose acting instead of singing or being a teacher?
The thing is, I could be any of that. I'd
Uh-huh.
always, I've always wanted to be so many things, but
Okay.
for acting, I think acting chose me. Like from the very first day I became, I was born, I became an actor. I acted all the time. I acted from when I knew anything. I've
Uh-huh.
always been an actor. The difference is I only acted when I was growing up at home in front of my mirror, but now it's different. I'm acting in front of the camera. So, but I've always been an actor. Yeah.
Okay. But so nothing inspires you to do that. You were born with it. That's what you're saying.
Yeah, I've had a lot of inspirations, from watching other movies. But then I grew
Uh-huh.
up this way. I grew up being, wanting to create something. I always come up, I can remember my siblings always saying, Choma, I like Abagi one day. Oh." That means you're gonna go crazy someday. Like, because every day I'm talking to myself in front of the mirror and it's just natural. I just do this thing, on impulse. I don't know how it came about, but that's it.
Okay. So, where did your acting career start? It started from the mirror.
Oh yeah, you can say that.
Yeah. So the
Mm.
first time you featured and because you were doing that the hair at the front of the mirror. So the first time you saw yourself standing in front of a camera, how was it like? How was the experience?
Whoa, it felt good. You know, it felt good because I'd always wanted that. I'd always wanted that opportunity. And then there I was doing it with the faces I saw, on television with
Mhm.
celebrities. And I'm like, wow, is this me? I'm living the dream. It was a great, I can't even explain how I felt. It was a long time now, but I can still remember, the feeling, how I felt.
Yeah. Okay, so meaning it's something that you've been waiting for, and finally you got it. So I can imagine more like a
Mhm.
dream come true.
Yes, that is what it is. A dream come true.
Yeah, so feeling fulfilled.
Yes. Feeling complete,
Okay.
you know. Yeah.
Mhm. So, what's the name of the first movie you appeared?
Ah, I won't lie, it was a Waka Pass. I can't remember that.
Of course, I know most everyone has to start from the scratch.
I, I was I was in the party.
Of the network. So she's going to tell us so many interesting things about her. And trust me, guys, you really, really find this interesting today because a lot to know about her. Not only the Chioma we see there on Instagram. So brief, but with strategic questions. So she left. I think her network has a problem, guys. So let's wait for her. She is going to come back. So tell me, I can see some people out there. Wow. Okay. Thank you all for joining. Our network has a problem. She's going to join us back soon. I can see all of you there. Today, for me, my weather has been a great weather today. I have been enjoying and having fun, enjoying myself and having fun. Sent you a request. So I'm sorry. I'm sorry I can't really take your message down. So maybe some other time we're going to do that. I'm waiting for my guest. Okay, I can see your request. You're sending a request for us to go live. I'm sorry I can't take your call, but probably next time we'll look into that. So tell us what you do. You can drop what you do in the comment section so we can discuss briefly on what you do. Okay, she's here. Mm. All right, she's here. Let's wait for her to come up. All right.
And back.
Yeah, I know. I understand. I know how it is out there, so it's not a problem. It's raining, right?
Yeah, it's raining.
Okay, I know. She knows what I do. Okay, somebody is saying, official real Cynthia. Can you see her?
Yes, I
She
can.
said you know
She's
what she's
my
into.
Oh yeah, she's my colleague. She's an actress.
Ah, oh, really?
Mm.
Ah,
Yes.
okay, okay. I'm sorry, I didn't know. So well, I will get back to you, okay, Cynthia. So, like we were saying, you said it was a Waka Pass. Okay, you stopped there, yeah. So, how was the feeling like? Despite it was a Waka Pass rule you got first time. So, how was the feeling? Mm, okay, okay, okay. So, your friend is saying that you are do or die right. That sounds good. Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, we are really having issues with network. Um, Chioma, can you cut and call back again? Is it possible? Okay, I think it's better now. I'm trying to get it. Your line is breaking. Seriously, it's breaking. Can you hear me now? Yeah, I know. Network is not always friendly. So when it rains, it becomes worse. Okay. So our network has a problem. Let's see. Let me join you quickly. Cynthia, I'll be joining you. Our network has a problem. Let me see your face. Okay, so it's raining over there, guys. Let's try and bear with her. So network is really fucked up out there, but it's okay. It's normal most times, especially with our current system in Nigeria. When it's raining, everything collapses. Network or whatever thing that has to do with online radio and television stations, anything that has to do with network has a problem most times. So this is what we get in our own in our country. Data is expensive. There is no light, and even when you struggle to get this network, struggle to get yeah, she will definitely come up back. Yeah, her network is bad. She will call back when she come online. Okay, yeah, Cynthia, I can see you. I will add her back immediately she come online. So this is one thing. Yeah, okay. Once she join, I'll bring her on. So light issue in Nigeria is really a big problem. Everyone has to, even when you spend so much money to power your generator or whatever means to get light, at the end we still don't get what we pay for. The fuel we spend money to buy is not good. The network you spend so much money for data and you don't get the accurate service. So you see, everything about the system is really messed up. So we are not only going to complain because our parents have been complaining for a very long time now, and it is our time. We have started the same trend. So if we don't do anything about it, these same people who have been ruling our parents are ruling us now. And if we don't do anything about it, they will keep doing it, and their children will continue. So it becomes something that people inherit. So people inherit this stuff. So they take over from their father. All right, she's here. Okay, she's here. Chioma, I understand network is really bad.
You can't believe I'm sharing two networks and both of them are just crap. Two networks
Yeah,
and I can't
I can imagine. It's a system. So, we find ourselves in this mess. I love the part that you say you're into activism. So we'll come to that. We are going to be very brief because I know your network is bad and it's raining. You need to rest and so on. And we came on so late. So,
yeah, and the
like we
good
were
thing
saying,
is we can keep doing it as often as possible. So we don't have to rush everything, once. We'll keep doing it
okay,
all the time. Yeah, so
okay. So, tell me, what's your favorite movie among all
my
the roles
favorite.
you play? Which of them is your favorite movie? Like
Oh, you mean the
you can
movies
watch
I've
this,
done?
yeah, your own that you can watch over and over again, seeing yourself.
Okay. There's a movie, it's called Drama Queen. I played a very,
Mm-hmm.
very important role. Drama
Mm-hmm.
Queen.
Okay.
I think yeah, Drama Queen. There's a sequel. There's a sequel. I don't know the name of the sequel, but I think one of it is parts. It's quite
Drama
old,
queen.
I think
Okay.
4 years now. But it's one,
Mm-hmm.
you know, I keep whenever I remember the movie or I see anything about it, I feel good about the movie. The role I played was very, very
You play.
vital.
Okay. Okay. I see. So that's one movie that you can watch over and over again. But how do
Oh
you
yeah,
feel
the
when you
name
watch
is
yourself on the screen?
say again.
How do you feel when you watch yourself on TV? Like, when you're doing it, I think there's a different feeling when you're acting and when you are watching yourself. There's a different feeling. So how do you feel? How do you compare these two feelings? Yeah.
Looking out for I'm looking out for errors. I'm looking
Oh.
out for
Mm-hmm.
things I can amend, mistakes. I criticize
Mm-hmm.
myself as well. I just say, oh, this expression could have been better. Oh, that could have been
Okay.
said in another way. So when I'm not watching out of entertainment or looking out for entertainment, I'm looking out for things I can pick out to make myself a better actor. So when I'm watching it myself, I'm just watching with keen interest.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So far so good. How has the industry been for you since you started? Has it been so easy, penetrating, smooth, or you have some tough times?
Please come again.
So I said, how has the journey, your journey to in the movie industry been? Has it been so smooth, easy, or you do have some tough time
Ah, I've had tough times, really tough times. In fact,
from the
the truth
beginning,
is,
right?
yeah, it's not been a smooth ride, you know. But just like every
Mm-hmm.
other thing in life, just like every other thing, even life itself is not smooth. So at one point or the other, you meet challenges, and that's what's happening. But those challenges are not meant to bring me down. They haven't brought me down. They haven't brought me down. They've made me
Okay.
stronger. So yes, I have. I've seen a lot of challenges, but I've used them, for positive outcomes. Mhm.
Okay. Can you share some of those challenges?
Okay, you need to know that when I was schooling, when I was in uni, I was acting.
Mm-hmm.
That was a huge challenge for me. A lot of people don't know that it was so difficult, featuring in movies and attending classes. I think that was the most difficult stage of my career. But because
Okay.
I'm a very determined
So
woman.
how did you surmount all these challenges?
Yes, I'm very,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. Pushing. Okay. Okay. Mm-hmm.
it wasn't easy. It wasn't easy
Yeah,
at
I
all.
know. It's not always easy when starting.
It wasn't easy. I was dealing with a very complex department, which was the Department of Political Science, and then I was dealing with
Mm-hmm.
keeping up with my career,
Oh,
doing regular
okay.
classes and then having to switch off and go and act. So it was quite tough.
Tough, yeah. I get
Yes.
that. So now it was quite tough then in school, like schooling and acting. Now you do three things. You mentioned three things: acting, I guess, producing, activism. So now, how do you cope with these things at the same time now?
Okay. Okay, I didn't mention that while I was in school, I was an activist. I think it was school that, um, that, generated that activism in me. It was school that
Yeah.
tickled it because then in school I joined I joined a few unionists because I had this passion I wanted things to be better. I wanted to be heard. I wanted to speak
Mm-hmm.
for people. You know, I was always coming in between student harassment by school administration, by school security. And then I realized that I couldn't do that much without joining a force or a power or an organization. And that was how, someone introduced me to the National Association of Nigerian Students. And from there, we had meetings, we had the small groups where we talk about. I loved that I had, a platform or a network where I could, speak up, speak
Mm-hmm.
for students, my fellow students, so that excited me a lot. So I was doing activism and then acting and as well studying at the same time, yeah.
Okay. Now I know where the strength of you handling all these things you now is coming from. Now I know where you got that. So, so far so good. How do you? Okay. Go ahead. I'm listening. At this point, you have not really been what? Okay. So, what area in which in your activity as an activist, what's your area of focus? You fight against rape. You fight against the government. So, what do you do?
Well, the thing is, I'm a humanitarian. I believe
Okay. Humanitarian is everything. Equality.
every
Wow.
human is equal before God and nature.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Yes, that is my strongest stronghold. And that is what motivated activism, or I being an
Yeah.
activist. Yes.
Okay.
Because every time I look at what's happening in my country, there's so much injustice,
Mm-hmm.
there's so much inequality. And you can't say you are a humanitarian or you love humanity without speaking up when
Mm-hmm.
something is not going right.
Yeah. Right.
You get?
All right.
So
Yeah.
because of that trait of humanism, that's how I
Mm-hmm.
started speaking out. I started finding myself at the forefront saying, you can't do this way because it's not gonna favor everyone. You can't say this because it's not right. That's how, that attitude of speaking up and, before you know it, you find a group of people who have like interests, like minds, and then you're an activist.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I get that now. So I know activism, especially in a place like Nigeria, is not so easy. Where you it's more like a place where you scream so loud and only few people can hear you. When you really have thousands or millions of people out there, but only few can hear you. So the few activists we have in Nigeria, true activists, you are more like someone that is allergic to some wrong things generally. Anytime you see anything wrong,
Sometimes
you're allergic to it.
I feel like, when you're saying these things, like, why are we all
Yeah, for me, Yeah, it's okay.
And people are
Yeah.
not really
So you were talking about power, and we got what they do. This is what they do. You see.
yeah, up NEPA
So
will soon come, don't worry.
yeah, it's really sad that as a Nigerian, we still struggle with the level of with power.
With power.
Something that we are. It's supposed to be history, but today we still struggle for it, and it's really sad. You know, the problem with we Nigerians, I will put myself because most of them, because I think I've grown past that level of okay, suffering and smiling. They all pretend to be okay, but deep down they want more. They need good life, they need security, they need roads. But the idea of I don't care, that is I don't care is really our problem. Okay, you think you can fight this?
Things
Okay,
that
I'll fight
playing
them.
out.
I'll put my hand. So you expect one person to fight for over 200 million people? It doesn't make sense. It
I
doesn't
think
make
there are two
sense.
things
So
that are playing out for activists in Nigeria, or the two things playing out for, or that I see that is the issue with Nigerians not speaking up. In my own opinion, I think there are two things.
mhm. Okay, what was that?
Suppressed so
Okay,
much, they've been
yeah,
suppressed so much that you ordinarily be scared of your life. The second one
okay,
is when you check up the meaning of patriotism. You know, when it means that someone is patriotic, it means that somebody is ready, knows his duty. As a
okay,
citizen, I have to question government. This is my duty. This is how I can keep them on their toes. That is patriotism.
mhm,
Patriotism is when a
okay,
person has love for his country and is devoted and committed to seeing growth in his country. Most Nigerians lack patriotism. They don't feel attached to this entity, to this country. They don't feel that.
yeah, you're right. Yeah,
Yeah.
okay, can you hear me?
Did you get that?
No, I didn't get the last word. Sorry.
I said, for me, in my opinion, there are two things: fear.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay, okay, okay.
Our
Now,
people don't have.
the idea of fear, they gave us fear, then they gave them hunger. So the level of poverty today will make some Nigerians, believe me, we have some Nigerians that you tell them that, in fact, even if God come down and say, in the next 5, 10 years, you'll be the president of this country. You tell them, even if God come down and tell them, but these same people, they can sell their dream, their destiny for 100,000 naira, 100,000 naira. So we have Nigerians that can do that. So you see people selling their children, people sell babies. That's how bad it could be. Fear and
It's
poverty.
hunger.
Okay,
Can we
take a
really say
look.
it is poverty?
No, they gave people poverty. They do these things deliberately. You don't have any means of surviving. You have kids and they're crying all over you. They can't feed you. There's no means of you going to feed these kids and they're crying all over you. They have school fees to pay. And at the end, someone just came and say, "Oh, I want to do this for you." Or let me say, "Okay, can I give you can you do this work for me or what you are supposed to do for 50,000 naira I want you to do it for 20,000. But you see, like, okay, normally I do this thing for 50,000. But you have no choice than to do it. So they gave us poverty, they gave us unemployment. I don't want to mention any region now, but when you look at some region in Nigeria, in fact they still live with Nigeria as 90/80. Some of the houses they built there is 90/80 compared to the south and the east. Okay, let's say some parts in the west. So you see that these people they do these things deliberately. Anytime you talk about Nigeria, trust me, you just go emotional. You cry because we are blessed with everything, natural and human resources, but war. But today, Uganda happens to be a wonderful country today. So we have everything. The only thing we lack in Nigeria is leaders. And I will tell you today, from number one, which is President Buhari, to the lowest councillor in Nigeria, they don't mean well for you as a Nigerian. They don't mean well for me as a Nigerian. They are just there for their selfish interest. And the most annoying part is I really don't like, sometimes I don't just want to talk about these people because it's so annoying. Look at the issue of DSS and all that is going on now. You see that these people, they are just there for, if you don't favor me, you have a problem. You have to work. You are not to do what you are assigned or employed to do. You have to do what I want you to do. So they'll be coming for anytime they want to be elected. They know what to say to use in their dirty manifesto. They will come up with okay, we're going to give you lights, we are going to give you roads, we are going to give you security, we are going to give you water, we are going to give you hospitals. They tell you these things because they know that this one is your problem. So you coming to power and not doing this, it's a deliberate act for you not to do what you are promised to do. And the next person that is coming will come up with same story. I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, and they will never tell you that I'm coming to loot your money, that I'm coming to make you poor, I'm coming to make you suffer, I'm coming to make you hungry. They will never tell you all this part. And yet we'll go there and if I don't vote for, whether I vote for APC or PDP, this one will win. Cast your vote. Even you don't need to vote for them. See, vote for the right person. Vote for your conscience. Let your conscience, the person you are voting for, let that person lose. You'll be okay that, okay, I'm not among those people that brought this people to power. See, trust me, those people that put their finger to vote for President Buhari, go check their conscience today. They are not themselves. Trust me, they are not themselves. They are regretting it. So the idea of Nigeria, we cannot get we are not expecting anything good from the present administration. This administration is the worst. Is the worst, not only in the history of Nigeria, in the history of mankind. The worst administration so far. Not only worst, it's so wicked. It's so wicked. So we should not be expecting anything from these people. The funniest and the most annoying part is these people still have some more years. So I wonder the amount of money they are going to borrow. And after borrowing this money, who are going to pay this money? Nigerians, taxpayers' money. So you are living, you have nothing to offer, but you want power and you are there. So for me, we should not be expecting anything from him. The only thing we should stop complaining. The only what we need to be talking about is President Buhari should resign. He should resign and get out there. We don't need you there. So you only come to this place for your own interest. And the most annoying and funniest part is these people, they lie. In fact, they are the number one when it comes to come to lying in the world. Not even as human in the world. They can stand before the world and they will lie. They could stand before the world and lie. So this is something that anytime you have to want to talk about Nigeria, you go emotional. You feel like crying. Oh, what a nation! So Nigeria is not. It's just something that we need to everyone. We need to come together as one and fight for what rightfully belongs to us. Nigeria belongs to us, not the so-called politicians we have there. Welcome back.
Thank you.
Yeah, we'll keep trying, like you said. So I was saying that anytime I have to talk about the issue of Nigeria, I go emotional. So because I live in Germany, I know how it is here. Believe me, whatever thing I see here, we can do times 10 of whatever thing they have here. But what our problem is, leaders. We have natural and human resources. Here, they in fact, they don't even have 10% of what we have. But yet, we borrow more and we suffer more. So it's really so sad that we are supposed to be the giants of Africa, but unfortunately, we are just we are nothing. So let's go back to you. Let's go back to you. So tell me, you're looking good anyway. I won't forget that.
Don't mind me. I don't look.
So how do you cope?
All the time.
Yeah, you need to look good for your birthday. Your birthday is tomorrow, so you need to look good.
Thank you.
Yeah. So tell me. I hope we have some cake and whatever thing that we are going to use tomorrow. We are going to send mine.
Yeah. Oh yeah, of course. Of course.
Okay.
I love
That's
cake.
good. Oh, you love cake. I can see. Can you bake cake? I know so many women bake cake.
Oh yeah, of course. Can bake cake.
Okay. So outside acting, what else do you do?
Okay, I'm an entrepreneur. I have a fabric company.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tell me about it.
Even though I'm still very new, I'm still trying to learn one or two tricks about the business. But it's
Yeah, it's like that. Okay. Go ahead. Sorry guys, we must bear you must bear with us and you must bear with the network in Nigeria because this is what they have given to us. Meanwhile, when you go to their house, the so-called network gives them the best. But when it's so you guys have to bear with us. Our network, she's off again. I had it as well that so I made Chioma to ring it. Yeah, I saw that Omokri said that today. I listened to that. He said that according to Omokri, he said he has ordered them to ring the election and maybe through using the INEC and the military. The confused and weak military that we have there that don't know what they are supposed to be doing. So in fact, see, the military we have in Nigeria today, those so-called soldiers, see, the only area that they have power is just to beat citizens on the roads. When it comes to Boko Haram will just be killing them like flies. So they only have power on the citizens that they are supposed to be protecting. You see how confused these people could be, how confused they can be. Those that you are meant to protect, they are the ones you are killing. Those they are the ones that you shoot. Look at the other day, the military were proud to say, okay, oh, worry, the people of worry, we are coming for you to make problems. You look at the military, you want to make you are happy and you are having problem with a civilian. So this is the kind of people we have there. All right, she's back. So we'll keep doing this because this is what we have got. All right, tell us about your business. Yeah, I understand. I will bear whatever thing I get today because. So, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, tell us about the business. You were telling us something about it, but you're just starting and okay.
Yeah, so I noticed there's a lot of potential in made in Nigeria goods, made in Nigeria dresses, made in Nigeria fashion.
Okay.
I find out that a lot of young people are now making their clothes and also making for trade, making shoes, making bags. A lot of made in Nigeria goods are really, infiltrating our markets. So I think it's a good time to, join the train. And I'll
Trade,
be
yeah.
very proud to be a merchant of made in Nigerian dresses, made in Nigerian, shirts and trousers. So that's why I joined the business, and I'm getting a
Okay.
lot of education from it.
Okay. Yeah, that's good. If not because of the entertainers that we have out there, these are the people that still put us in the map of Africa or even in the world. If not because of that, I think it's high time they will just take something and erase Nigeria out of the map. We should not be there. So if you see Nigerians are doing well when it comes to music, when it comes to acting, when it comes to fashion, when it comes to food, and we are doing well without the government. So first, I will commend you guys, the entertainers, the comedians. We do all these things naturally. You see, our kind of comedians, this is different from the ones they have out there abroad. So we come and say it the way it is, and they will make you laugh. This is raw talent. This is what we have. But you see, everything still has to boil down to the leader. And I will not only talk about the leaders, but we have to talk about the people too. We, me, and you out there. We have a vital role to play. We need to keep speaking up. Whatever place you are, you just keep using your voice. Let's put our voice together. We have one common enemy. The idea of religion and this thing, we have to put that aside. All right, okay. She's back. Her network is fluctuating. So we'll bear with you without the system. That's where we'll find ourselves. Whichever way it is, we're going to bear it. Well, that's where we'll find ourselves in Nigeria. You spend so much money for this data that is not working well. Right? I said you spend so much money to buy this data that is not working well.
My darling, I buy data every week. Every week I buy data every week.
Okay. You see, and you don't get the good service that what you are paying for. And even when you pay for unlimited, you don't get it. Okay, now I'm talking to you. I don't even know how much if what it takes for me to even get data on my phone. I can't even say that. You see, that's the difference between me and you. I don't even know whatever thing I'm going to spend right now. You see, so now you are paying, I'm paying, but I'm paying for what I'm getting. I pay for what I want, but you are paying, you're spending so much money and for nothing. You see, so tell me something. How do you cope with when you're outside with your fans? How do you cope with that? Like people out there, does your job affect your social life?
No, not at all. I'm someone that I've come to the resolve that whatever status I get to, nothing has changed.
Yeah.
That girl who walk into sit with anybody. So it doesn't affect me in any way. I'm cool. I go anywhere I want to go. I associate. Even though sometimes
Okay.
people say that's not good.
Yeah.
They say you have to package.
Okay.
But I'm not really keen about all of that. I'm a free-spirited woman. I like to be real. I like to I just love everything real. So my social life is, though I'm also very careful. I'm also
Yeah.
very careful how you know, because the thing is people tend to interpret or take things for granted So I'm also very careful how I relate with people. I observe my environment a lot before I delve into any relationship with any sort.
Mm,
Yes, so
okay.
I'm also very observant, even as much as I try to be really, really humble and yeah.
Yeah, sorry guys. Network is really giving us shade. Okay. So now tell me, can you date your fan? Are you married? Oh, network, you have to stop. She needs to answer this part.
There's my network is fine. I heard your question. I heard it very well. Um,
Oh,
if a fan meets up with, what who's equal to the task, who is equal to the task, and then yeah, I can date the fan who's equal to the task. I'm not married. I'm single, very single.
okay. So can you tell us some of the things you need in a man? Your kind of man.
Well,
Yeah, I can hear you.
have so much specifications on how my man should be, but because of my
Okay.
kind of person, there are things I
Mm-hmm.
want. I want my man to be like. There are things I look out for. First,
Okay.
I'm a staunch Christian. Yes, I'm a Christian in not just by going to church. I'm a Christian by attitude. Like every time, everything I do, everything careful because I'm always asking myself, will Christ do this? Will Christ like this if you do it? I want a man who has this consciousness, a
Mm.
man who fears God, who has the
Okay.
consciousness that whatever you do, you are accountable to God.
To
Whatever
God.
you
Okay.
say, how it affects people, that kind of connection.
Mm.
It's not religion. Religion. I want a good man, a good man, a good man, you know, a good man, a man with a
Just a
good
good
heart.
man.
Yes, a man with a
Okay.
good heart
And
and the fear of God.
okay.
That's okay. And then, of course, a man who is cute. Yeah, of course.
Okay. Can
Cute,
you marry
cute,
a man that will stop
innocent.
you from acting?
Say,
Can you marry a man that will stop you from acting? Hello? Hello? Can you hear me?
can
So
you
you're
hear?
not saying anything about that. Can you marry a
Can
man
you
that
hear
will
me?
stop you from acting? Yes, I
Can you
can hear
hear me? I
you.
want to be sure you're hearing me so I can answer it.
Yes, I
Okay.
can hear you.
Well, if a man comes outright to say, Chioma Grace Ifemeludike, will you marry me? You have to stop acting. I'm gonna say no to that man.
Why?
Why? Because he's not been sensitive to my what I want to do, what makes me happy.
So
That's
okay,
insensitivity, and I
indirectly.
can't take insensitivity in marriage.
No, 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 and indirectly telling me that you cannot give up your acting career for marriage. You just said that.
No, I can't give up my acting point. Like I don't intend to act every day or all the time because I love family,
Mm-hmm.
I love kids, I love to raise my kids. I love the concept of family. And I'm also will be
Okay.
very devoted to family. So if it's a conversation to have,
Okay.
if it's a conversation where I have a say, I can make adjustments. But coming out try to say, hey girl, you need to stop acting. I can't do that. I can't be happy with you. No, I can't.
But you stop.
But I will stop because of him.
You stop acting. Yeah.
No, I can't stop acting because of a man wants to marry me. I can't do that.
Can it come like this? Maybe you're married. Then after marriage, he wants you to stop acting.
Well, I know a lot of men do it that way because they're too scared to lose their woman, so they don't want to come out right and say, stop acting. They'll let you creep into the union and then try to stop you. But let me say this,
Yeah.
it's actually you breeding trouble. Like I said, you can make adjustments. There are a lot of, acting is one thing, one job that takes a lot of time, But if you have a considerate woman, and if it's supposed to be a conversation, like everybody comes on board with their own opinion, like, okay, it's a discussion, like, babe, what's up? Don't you think at this point you're having you cuss? I mean, that's a reasonable conversation I can have with my man. And I know he's being considerate because of the family. He doesn't want his children to suffer. And of course, I wouldn't want my children to suffer. So that consideration is mutual. There's a mutual interest, which is I'm a good woman. So it's not selfish here. I can have such conversations. I can open up such conversations. But if you trick me into a marriage and then you try to stop me in the marriage, you're just breeding trouble. And I mean, nobody wants trouble with his woman. I don't think anybody does.
Okay, you think so? Some men can be very stubborn, They just take advantage of, I asked you to stop doing this. You refuse, so you're disobeying me. They take advantage of that to do some silly things out there.
Well, the thing is, there are always consequences to some of the actions we take on. That's what people don't know.
Yeah, but I won't advise any man to deceive a woman.
Because you have the powers to, it's going to turn back. I've noticed that so many actresses who left the industry eventually come back. So many actresses who got married and probably their husbands did that to them, probably break out, come back. So when a woman breaks out and comes out, it affects the man too. It affects the children. It affects the family front.
Yeah. Everyone, yeah.
So, but when you make it a little bit selfless, like a conversation, she's going to know that you're considering the family front, not just yourself.
Yourself, yeah.
And every reasonable woman is going to come on that table and, bring her own suggestions. And you guys will come to a conclusion that can help everybody and everybody's happy.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. So what do you have to say about the current rape issue that is going on in Nigeria now?
Well, it breaks my heart to see that kids have to suffer for a broken system. I think that's even what, that's what breaks my heart even more. It gets me teary and I feel helpless because I can't do this struggle alone. I've been on this journey of trying to fight for Nigeria. And, at some point I asked myself, how many few people are going to fight Nigerians out of poverty, out of oppression, out of a lot of ills in this society? It's just a few activists. And even the most heartbreaking part of this whole, issue is that when the few activists are at the, front of this, well, what will I call it now?
The fight,
When,
front of the fight, yeah, they are leading the
yeah,
fight.
yeah, when they're engaging these politicians, it's like a war. The people don't know that some activists have a good life. They can afford a good life. Most activists can afford a good life. But because they have passion, you know what passion does to you? Passion gets you out of your comfort zone and says, go do this. And you're doing it. And you know the most hurtful part is the people you're doing it for, they don't appreciate it. They refuse to see it.
They
You see
condemn you
comments,
more.
you see backlash at people who are sacrificing their lives. You know what it means to be an activist? Your life is in danger.
It's in danger, yeah.
Because you dare to say the truth. Because you dare to say what should not be said. Every time you do that, you're putting your life on the line. For what? For people who don't appreciate it. So it's even hurtful that there's so much activists. Now there are the few ones who have to face a backlash from the same people they are fighting for.
They're fighting for.
Now what's even,
like I said, sometimes you just feel these people are comfortable with their oppressors. We all have one common enemy, like I was saying. So why do Nigerians feel so comfortable with those that are killing them? They are comfortable with the same people that are looting their destiny, that looted their parents. Pensioners cannot feed themselves today, and you still see these same people dragging that. PDP will win this election, APC will win this election. Are you not tired of this same set of people? So you see.
And when you think of a young person, they'll say he doesn't have structure. What the heck
He doesn't have
mean?
experience.
You should go and start
Leadership. So you see that most Nigerians don't even understand what it takes.
How are we going to have the paradigm shift if we don't start believing in ourselves? How are we going to have the paradigm shift? How are we going to have the change of status quo? There needs to be a force.
I can tell you this today. The best way you can change Nigeria, if you start, even as a governor, you cannot even make any change because the president, they will use the federal power to oppress you. It's only the president that can really bring that good change that we seek for. Even in the state level, they will oppress you, give you problem and all of that. But when you are
like really stressed, I swear, really stressed.
Okay, so we can't wait to watch this one that you're doing.
Soon.
So who are you acting with? Who are some of among all the people you've been acting with, who's your role model? I think there's somebody you are looking up to. Okay, so is your role model?
Well, I have a lot of actresses that I admire.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that I admire. Yes, I admire Genevieve a lot.
Okay.
I love her being able to comport herself, to gaining her national respect. Trust me, that's not easy. I admire Stephanie Linus. Stephanie Linus is one woman who is exceptional. Doesn't talk much, doesn't show much, but is doing a lot. And knows very sensitive areas to touch. She did a movie, about how northern girls are being married off at a very tender age, and and they tend to suffer VBF while they're giving birth. And that's one issue that after seeing that movie, she produced it, and then I saw the way they did it. It wasn't just any movie. It was a movie that you see a lot of commitment was put into. There's a lot of research, and the movie was shot in the north. It's not easy to go and shoot in the north. So women like that inspire me. I love women with focus. I love women who have a focus, who have a drive to not just be
Okay.
glamorous, but also
Okay.
to impact in their society positively.
Okay.
I love women who speak up. I might not be able to remember the names now, but there are
Maybe,
a
yeah,
lot
I
of,
know.
yeah, because I don't want to go out and say, oh, I was supposed to mention that person. It's not about that. It's not
Yeah, I
about that.
know. Just
Yeah.
you feel you have mentioned it's cool. So what do you think if someone wants to invest in Nollywood, is it advisable or how do someone invest in Nollywood? What is this person supposed to do as an investor?
Well, just like every other industry, there's that's the same situation in Nollywood. Investing in Nollywood is a very is a very great, move, you know. But then you need to be guided. Nollywood is one
Mm-hmm.
place that you need either you get experience or you find people who have got experience. If you just
Dive into it.
someone guide properly guiding you, you probably lose your money. You probably lose a lot of money. So it's a good investment, but with guide, just like real estate. You see a lot of people are consultants. I think you should get a
Mm-hmm.
consultant if you want to invest in Nollywood. It's very
Okay.
mhm.
Okay. I think that was a nice one. So do you believe in love at first sight?
um I've never experienced it, but I think
Really?
it works for some people. Yes. Well, because I'm someone who is very intuitive. I love to know people. I love to know people a lot. So I really haven't met someone and I'm crazy about the person and I'm no. I see people and I
Okay.
admire their character. You know, I always like to know more.
Yeah. Okay. So the idea of um, some people say I saw this guy and I'm so in love with this guy. I'm in love with this guy. So for you, you don't believe that, but some people do. They'll just see this boy, see this girl, and they're in love.
I think it works for them, but for me, I've never really experienced it. I
Oh,
can see
really?
someone and say, "Oh, that guy is cute. I love him." Not like love, like that kind of love. I love his looks. I love that he's cute. I love that he's neat. I love the way he talks. I love the way he works. But I can't say I'm crazy over that guy. I'm in love with that guy. No, it has never
So what do
happened.
you
I've never
say
experienced.
about girls that are engaged guys who just go on their knee and do what the guy is supposed to do? So they change the table and engage the guy.
I think it's
So
cool. Your man is not doing
it's
what
cool,
he. If
right?
your man is not popping the question, go ahead and pop it, babe.
Okay. So
Yeah,
it's cool.
yeah.
So it's the same thing like you can ask a man out, right? You like this guy, and the guy is supposed to. You've been doing what you're supposed to do, like give him green light or whatever. The guy is not saying what he's supposed to say. So can you say to him like, okay, I want a relationship with you. So
I'm a proper Igbo woman. I don't know if I can do it. I don't want to lie.
you can do it.
I, I don't know if I can do it. I can't lie, but I think there's nothing wrong with it. But because this is not our culture. This is not how we were. Though is you can unlearn and do things differently, but I'm not. I can't. I don't know. I'll feel so. And the thought of what if this guy doesn't cooperate? What if he doesn't even he snubs you and you're like, can't do it. You know, that woman ego. You know, the thing about the woman is that for an African woman, the excitement is when a man walks up to you and you're feeling all important that, you know, and now you have to be the one to go to him and he says no. Oh, you're going to live with that, you know, that
Yeah.
scar for a long time. So I personally don't know if I can do it. I can walk up to someone and say, you're really cute. Or I like your shoes. You know, I like one or two things that I really like. But me going further to say, can we go out? I don't know. I really don't know if I
It's
can.
difficult.
I've never done
it. Okay, so tell us your favorite quote. Like, this is my favorite quote.
I've seen a lot of quotes. Now, what's my favorite quote? No pain, no gain. I love that quote a lot.
No
It's
pain,
really
no
short.
gain.
Yes.
Yeah, you have to work for whatever thing you earn. Sounds good. It's really nice having you here today, Chioma. It's really, really nice, and I hope we can do a lot together. I love the spirit that you are an activist, and so we want to try and. Our problem with our people is we need to work on their mindset because they've given us a different thought, a different way. So many different things. So we really need to work on our mindset, and I'm glad that we have people like you. So you can as well talk to keep spreading the message. It's more like an evangelism, and we as Nigerians we need to put religion and put whatever thing aside, and let's come together and fight for just one cause. We need a better country that work for us. I hope to see you someday.
I hope so too.
Yeah, sure. So nice to have you today, and I'm glad that despite all the network issues that they gave us bad network, like I keep saying it, but we were still able to do what we are supposed to do. That's the most sweetest part of it.
Yes.
It's really great to have you here. Happy birthday once more.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
I'm really
and
happy I did it. I'm really
yeah,
glad.
so we keep. I watched your video with Show already that day. Yeah, it was really amazing. I like that.
Thank you.
So we want more and more people like you. So we'll do a lot together. We'll keep coming together and bringing a lot of things on. Okay.
Yeah, we
Do
can afford
enjoy
to give up.
your.
We can give up at least for children, for
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Over and over again. Yeah.
and scrutinize, stand up and ask questions. You can't just sit down and keep moping, and everything is just going upside down, and you're just waiting for your turn to die. Because we're all is just like there's a death trap somewhere waiting for us. And questions. We need to
Of
start
course, it's
asking
a
for
death trap.
accountability. Government officials need to start accounting for every dime. You can't keep looting our money and keep.
Yeah, you're right. We need to keep spreading it. Try to bring them, drag them out because if you tell them to come out of their fear, they will never go out. So we need to try and pull them out of their fears because the point is, if you talk, you will die. If you don't talk, you will die. So that is the level we are in Nigeria today. We have, in fact, if Boko Haram don't keep, Boko Haram is there, bandits is there, we have FFA, we have armed robbers, we have killers, we have SARS, we have police, we have
We have
soldiers,
rapists,
we have bad roads.
We have
We
bad
have
roads.
so we have so many things
We
that
have a
is that is going to
dilapidating
kill.
health
So
sector. We have a crippled educational system.
you see, we have bad health system. So we have so many things that will kill. So if you think, oh, I don't want to die, in fact, you rather
We're going to
fight so that.
eventually die.
So it's going to happen someday. We need to learn to come out from this stuff because don't think no one is safe, no one is secure. Before you travel in
No one.
Nigeria, you have to pray. You have to pray. Before you walk out of your house, before you sleep, you have to pray.
Pray.
So you see, okay, now it's even if it's 1 a.m., 2 a.m., I can go out and I don't even need one or anybody to go with me. I can go out, I can travel, I don't have a problem with that. But in Nigeria, you can't do that. Everybody would be scared. The roads are bad. So the police will extort your money on the road. So you have those that are meant to secure you, they will give you problems. Those that they are protecting you against to come and give you problems. So we have problems everywhere. So as a Nigerian, we need to stop this thing and come together and fight for just one cause. Even not for us, but for our generation, next generation to enjoy it. If we don't do it now, the next generation is going to come up and fight again. They will continue fighting this. If our parents had done this, by now we'll be enjoying it. That is how it is. It's really nice to have you today. I'm so happy that we did this, and I hope we'll keep doing a lot of things together. Thank you so much. Happy birthday once again. Do you have anything to say to you people out there before we call it a day?
I think we have said it all. I think, I speak.
Okay.
I
Yeah. Yeah.
we don't keep saying the same thing and almost sounding like a broken record. We just say it and we let the people think about it. So at this point, just let Nigerians think about it.
Yeah. Someone is saying something. Chris, he said, I believe for Nigeria to work, we need a people. Oh, let me see. Sorry. Okay. It's here. We need a people constitution that will reflect the wishes and aspiration of the Nigerian people. You are right. You're very correct. The constitution we have there is fraud. They need to change that. That is not a constitution that is working for me and you. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us. Thank you for your time and all of that. And don't forget all we have said today. We need to come together and fight. Follow us on Eyes of Africa TV. We have a lot of things for you out there, guys. So, and we'll keep bringing a lot of people to talk, do a lot of discussions today. Thank you so much for joining us.